everyone, so today we're going to continue with the topic difficulties as we look into our lesson, God's Day of Love. So our first question for today is, how do we know that the Sabbath existed prior to Mount Sinai? Let's look in Exodus chapter 20 verse 8, and it says there, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Now, let's look also in Exodus chapter 16, verse 4 and 5. And it says here, then said the Lord unto Moses, behold, I will rain bread from heaven for you, and the people shall go and gather a certain rate every day, that I may prove them whether they will walk in my law or not. And it shall come to pass that in the sixth day they shall prepare that which they will bring in, and it shall be twice as much as they gather daily. And so here we see that the Lord asked the people to gather the food, the manna, during the week, a certain amount that would be good enough for the day, but then on the sixth day of the week, they would gather double portion, and they would have enough for the next day also. And so here we're seeing that this instruction about how to keep the Sabbath was way before Mount Sinai. Now, how did the Hebrews show spite to that same law? Exodus 16, verse 27 and 30. And it came to pass that there went out some of the people on the seventh day for to gather, and they found none. And the Lord said unto Moses, how long refuse ye to keep my commandments and my laws? See, for that the Lord has given you the Sabbath, therefore he is giving you the sixth day, the bread of 2 days. Abide ye every man in his place, and let no man go out of his place on the seventh day. So the people rested on the seventh day. So again, here we see how the Hebrew people, although they knew not to go gather in the Sabbath, they disobeyed the Lord. And the Lord says, how long are they going to keep doing this and not being respectful of my day? Now, we have another question for us. What was this an isolated problem in the wilderness with the Sabbath issue? Ezekiel chapter 20, verse 10 to 13. It says, wherefore I caused them to go forth out of the land of Egypt, and brought them into the wilderness. And I gave them my statutes, and showed them my judgments, which if a man do, he shall even live in them. Moreover, also I gave them my Sabbaths to be a sign between me and them, that they may know that I am the Lord that sanctified them. But the house of Israel rebelled against me in the wilderness. They walked not in my statutes, and they despised my judgment, which if a man do, he shall ever live in them. And my Sabbaths they greatly polluted. Then I said, I would pour out my fury upon them in the wilderness to consume them. So during the 40 years that the people traveled in the desert, they were reminded many times of their sacred obligation to the Sabbath. The manna was a miracle that reminded them of what they needed to do, and yet they did not obey. So they continued to transgress and to go out to gather during the Sabbath day. And so we also see that the Lord did punish them for disobeying the commandments. And it's just their experience should be a warning to us, as we are reminded that as we saw before, the prophecy is that the old ways shall be restored. We are reminded that the Lord wants us to go back to keeping his commandments, all of them. And so as we disobey that commandment, we are also going to experience the same that the Israelites experienced, and the punishment will come. So may we consider the experience of the Israelites and look at ourselves and see what we are doing, and take this question of what the Lord requires of us very seriously. God bless you. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you again tomorrow as we continue with another topic of this beautiful lesson. Bye-bye.